All Sparta here, and I just want to do a quick video on the user interface store on the LG V20. Now, I've done a feature focus, but I haven't necessarily done anything as far as, what the phone feels like when you use it and stuff like that. I've talked about it in my review, but I more just want to talk about the user experience, user interface, and how it differs between like the LG G5, the most recent LG phone, and now with the V20. So first, there's really nothing different as far as how the display looks in general from how it's laid out. It's essentially the same. But as far as the notification shade and whatnot, it's more nougat-like, where it's not cluttered, it's not big dumbass circles like it is on as it is on the G5 and even the Note 5. It doesn't feel as cartoony, I guess you can say. Not that I really had a problem with that. I really didn't, but it feels more streamlined and I guess professional. It fits the phone more. And as I stated in my feature focus, I have the black and bold theme on here, which is just black and gold. But yeah, that's essentially it as far as notification shade and whatnot. Now I'll go into my messages here real quick. And I guess I'll just do shit. I'll just go to my fucking homie. Don't know why I didn't register. Now, as far as LG's messaging app, you can choose to set how you want the theme. You could choose from your gallery. The goddamn thing will focus. You could choose from your gallery what image you want as far as a conversation theme. You used to, what the fuck? It used to be where you can customize every single conversation. I don't know why it's not like that now. I guess to make it more streamlined, which personally I don't agree with, but because it didn't bog down the experience. But with the G2 and the G3, I don't really remember with the G4 if you could do it, but yeah, as far as that's what messages do. Now, typical Android fashion, you press and hold on any open area of the home screen to go in your menus. You can select your theme from here. With LG specifically, when you uninstall an app, it doesn't necessarily completely uninstall. So you press this and you just click that and it'll just uninstall, and apps uninstall quick. Let me show you guys real quick. I'll just pick a game I don't play at all. Skyforce. On my Note 5, it'll just do that little bar thing where it's uninstalling. And on this, if you want it out right away, because what it does is that if you just take it out, but you don't necessarily want to uninstall it, you just do that, and it's back. It doesn't re-download or anything, because all the major components of the app are still there. But I'm gonna keep this game. I actually like it. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as deleting apps go. Now, as I said, to this you could just get into the widgets, and I just noticed this now. You can delete widgets. I didn't know you can do that on here. You can't delete every widget, but you can delete certain widgets for some reason. I don't know why. But I guess that's a cool feature if you just want to like streamline what widgets that you'll actually use and what widgets you won't. Like I literally just figured that out like maybe not even 5 minutes ago. That's new. I haven't seen that. And something that LG has been doing since the G2 with the touch buttons is since the G2 you could hide the home touch buttons essentially in every app, almost every app. You can't do it in their gallery, which is something I said already. But with certain apps like like the game Blaze Blue, for some reason, it does immersive mode, but it'll like whenever I press on something and it's loading, it'll show the on-screen buttons for like a brief second, then it'll close back out. Not close out of the app, but the on-screen buttons will hide again. So I just decided I'll just do this, and it works. It works well. Like you don't see any like border or anything like that you'd think you'd see. Because like the HTC One M9 had that too, where you can hide the touch buttons, but a lot of the times it would like keep the border where the touch buttons would be. So you'd have to like exit the app and go into the app again, and then it would just leave. But on this, it's always been good. It's always been where you can, and I'm not necessarily bashing, I'm not bashing, the M9. I like the M9 a lot. The only problem was it overheated. I didn't care about the camera since I had the Note 5 and I had the V10 at the time. So I didn't really care about the camera. So yeah, that's pretty much. And you can choose your button combination. Like say you don't want to use Q slide apps, you just want to use Capture Plus for a quick like screenshot. You can do that. But I don't have it. I don't use it because quite frankly, I already have it up here in the upper right. So I just do it like that when I need to take a quick screenshot. And you can switch them around too, like this. That's something that LG's been doing for a while too, since the G2. Let me move it back to how I fucking had it. And this is how I've had it since the beginning. I mean, since the G2, not the beginning. But yeah, that's it as far as that. Now I'm going to talk about how it is with the keyboard. How with the G3, they had it so that you could adjust the height of the keyboard, and then a lot of other keyboards decided, a lot of other like manufacturer keyboards decided that they want to do that too. So where is it? Keyboard height. You could change it from being up here to way the fuck down here, which I don't like. I like it at its highest. And this is probably the best like OEM keyboard because it doesn't lag and doesn't do any of that shit. Whereas like my M9, when I had it, it would lag a bit, and my Note 5 and my S6 as well would like lag when I'm like typing a whole bunch of shit. But now I'm gonna show multitasking. Not T-Mobile shit. And another thing is that kudos to T-Mobile for having like only like really 5-6 apps that are like bloatware. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Snapchat. Snapchat's a bad example because it'll just, Snapchat's so unoptimized for Android. So what I'll do is this is something that has CyanogenMod had for a while, where you can just double tap the recent apps button and it would just go into the, and you don't even have to do it fast. You can just like wait right there, then do that. Let me see if it has like some sort of timer. No, it doesn't. And then there's there's this, the dual window. For here, there's two different ways you could close out of it. You could either swipe down like that, or just press and hold right there. Well, technically three from this screen too. You could just do that, and it'll just do that. And that's essentially what Nougat does with this phone as far as the user interface. Now, I don't necessarily know what else I'll talk about more in depth as far as the the user interface, because it really isn't like a lot, you know, because it's essentially just a bunch of LG color. As a matter of fact, I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Give me a minute. Now, what I'm gonna do here real quick is I'm gonna show you guys setting custom icons. And I gotta do it with the home and app drawer version of LG's home. So what you do is you essentially just hold on it real quick and you press on the little like paintbrush thing. Then what you do is you go to add new, go to 1 by 1, and then you go to downloads. Then you can essentially crop your picture to whatever you want your icon to be. So say you want it to be this specific thing. What the fuck? Come on, yo. Shit. I'll just tap to focus it. Shit. Say you want it to be this specific icon right here for your gallery app. You do that. And it changes it. Because I like that a lot, because it's very like say you just want to set your own custom icon pack because you don't like what you see in the store. You can do that with an LG phone. Something you can't do with any other like OEM skinned phone, which I'm not knocking on any other like, you know, skin, but hell, you can't even do it with Google's Android. And I'm calling it Google's Android because it's not necessarily stock Android anymore, because they're doing all these customizations to it now. And it does this little hang up when I switch the launcher. Like, it doesn't always do that, as I've said before. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like an in-depth view of what you can do as far as customizing. Now you can also like add apps like this from your home screen to like folders, so that they don't get in the way and clutter your home screens. That's the main reason why I keep my home screen with just folders, because of the simple fact that I don't want to be going home screen to home screen all the time just to find a specific app when I could just tap this. I want to go to my calendar, I hit my calendar. I want to go to my calculator, I go to my calculator. I didn't mean to hit it, but you know. So yeah, as far as like the user experience and the user interface on the LG V20, I'd say that it's one of the better skins, you know. You could say what you want about, oh, the icons are colorful and they pop and they're very cartoony and whatever. But the very fact that what I showed you was that you could just change your icons if you want to change your icons. You don't necessarily have to download an icon pack from the store. You could just search on Google, be like some neon icons or something, and you can do it like that. It's very like fluid. Like nothing about the user interface on the V20 is like laggy, buggy, anything like that. Aside from like me doing this and it's choppy, but that could get fixed in the software update. Like that's nothing I'm like, that is so terrible. Like, because when I'm using it right here, it's fluid. It's fluid. So it's nothing that I really can get hung up about because it I barely use it there anyway. I mainly use it when I'm like on my when my screen is on, so it doesn't necessarily affect me that way. But yeah, next I'm gonna do videos on the cases I have. I only have 2, as I've said before. Sorry for the hang up on that. I've just been busy. But yeah, that's been pretty much it with the user interface tour on the V20. Now, I know this probably hasn't been the best kind of like format for these videos as far as like structure, but I'll get better over time. This is my first time doing videos like this. Well, not first time. It's like, I'm just starting. Let's just say that. But yeah, this has been Sparta. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one.